we're going to listen to Caitlyn Jenner complain about the consequences of her own actions. Hello. My name is Ashlee, and welcome to my channel. Today, we're going to be talking about someone that it's just very frustrating. There's a trend right now with conservatives and conservative pundits and all of the people who supported Trump. There seems to be a trend where they all advocated for things that they did not think were going to affect them, right? They advocated for things that they thought were going to oppress other people, right? And they never thought that it would affect them. They thought that they were going to be the special person that this just wasn't going to affect because they supported Trump. There's a myriad of people who are like this, and now seems to be the reckoning for a lot of them. And they're realizing that a lot of the things that they advocated for are now hurting them. And it's such an interesting sight to see because almost all of them refuse to blame Trump, right? They'll complain about it. They'll be like, can you believe this is happening? But then won't blame Trump for it, right? And so this has been happening a lot on the right. And most recently, the person who did this was Caitlyn Jenner. So we're going to talk about her today. Then we're also going to talk about the anti-trans legislation that Donald Trump is responsible for, his executive orders that he is responsible for. But before we get into it, please like and subscribe and turn on post notifications and all the things to help me grow my channel. So let's talk about Caitlyn Jenner, the latest right-wing supporter, advocate, Trump advocate, that has realized that they were advocating for their own demise. There's a good chunk of people like Dave Rubin or Caitlyn Jenner who think that if they just sit here and support the right, if they sit here and they're friends with Donald Trump and they support Donald Trump and they lick the boot, that somehow they are going to be okay. And I think it's because they're so incredibly privileged that they think that the policies being enacted are not going to harm them. But they're in for a rude awakening because the policies, and actually specifically the executive orders that Trump has been putting in place, are hurting people like Caitlyn Jenner, are hurting the trans and the queer community. And one of these, which is something that other people have actually spoken up about, Hunter Schafer being one of them, was his executive order on passport gender markers. So as of November 6, 2025, the U.S. Supreme Court allowed Trump to enforce an executive order that restricts passport gender markers to M or F based on biological sex at birth. Now, this was an executive order, and I just want to point that out because this means that this is something that Trump did as an executive order, right? This is something he did. He did this. He did this as an executive order. And this has caused lots of problems. This has caused lots of problems because it's dangerous for trans people. It is difficult to travel, and it's also just very deeply disrespectful to trans people and disrespectful to who they are. And it's something that has been a problem for a while. Like I said, this as of November 6, 2025, right? So this is not a new phenomenon, and it's so cruel what this administration is doing, and it's cruelty for cruelty's sake. He's trying to entice people with this. He's saying, listen, we're going to be cruel to trans people, and I'm going to allow you to do that, and I'm going to help you do that. I'm also going to do this war and you hate me for it and it sucks and no one likes it. But like, oh, but remember, I'm being cruel towards trans people. Don't you like that? And that's what Trump is doing right now. That's what this administration is doing. It's also Christian nationalism. That's the other part of this. It's Christian nationalism, and it's coming for all of us. And that's something that I think a lot of people, again, like a Dave Rubin, like a like a Caitlyn Jenner, that they were so willing to dismiss homophobia. They're so willing to dismiss transphobia. They're so willing to dismiss the Christian nationalism that doesn't believe being gay is real, that doesn't believe being trans is real, that doesn't believe being queer is real. Like, that is what they want. That is the baseline of what they want. That is always what they want. And it always has been what they've wanted. And the whole, oh, well, gay marriage is now a legal thing, it's normal. That, they've always wanted to go after gay marriage. That was just a way for them to act like they weren't going to go after it, because I had a lot of, my conservative family and, a lot of pundits for a long time were like, they're so crazy. Democrats are so hysterical. They think that we're going after gay marriage. They're so hysterical. And they would always say that. They're like, it's like abortion. Like, oh, it's fine. It's whatever. It's fine. You have it. You're fine. It's not going to be overturned, all this stuff. And, of course, we saw with abortion, it can be overturned. And so I do think, of course, that they're going after gay marriage, and they're specifically going after trans people right now. I've said this a lot about Republican pundits, but a lot of them think that they're going to be spared from this fascism, right? They think that somehow all of these executive orders, all of these policies that are purposely targeting and oppressing certain communities, they think that even though they're a part of those communities, that they'll be fine, that everything will be fine and everything will be okay for them. They don't care about anybody else, but it'll be okay for them because they're so privileged that that is what they believe. But now they're realizing that is not how fascism works. And so Caitlyn Jenner went on Tommy Lauren's show, which is wild. I also hate Tommy Lauren. She started complaining about her passport. And we're going to watch this video, and it pisses me off. It pisses me off to no end. One, because I just hate the whole Kardashian Jenner family in general, okay? I don't like them. I don't like any of them. I'm not a fan, all right? I hate all of them, okay? And that includes Caitlyn Jenner. And she is so incredibly privileged. Just like another level of like privileged, And she committed manslaughter. She hit someone with a car and killed them, right? And she got away with it. And so I think that she is so, like, that was the first thing that I thought in my head. I was like, you're so privileged that you got away with manslaughter. And you really thought that you were going to be above this. You really thought that you were going to be above these executive orders. You thought you were going to be above everyone else. You thought that you were going to be treated differently because you sat here and you sold your soul to Donald Trump and the right wing. That's what she did. And now look at where that has gotten her. Just like all these women like Pam Bondi and Christine Nome. Where did licking the boot get you? Where did sucking up to Trump get you but being a scapegoat to his horrible, horrible cruelty? All of these people who they're purposely trying to go after women. And you have these women who will sit there and excuse everything he does. And where did that get them? They will throw you under the bus. They will get rid of you. They will turn on you like you were never a part of anything. The minute that Trump is done with you, you will be thrown away. You will be thrown under the bus. You will be the scapegoat. The minute Trump is done with you. That is what this is going to get you. You licking the boot, you sitting here and excusing the cruelty of your own community, excusing the cruelty of everyone else around you. You excusing that and advocating for it has gotten you absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. We're going to listen to Caitlyn Jenner complain about the consequences of her own actions. Things that she helped come to place.
Recently, I had my passport. I had to get it renewed. I sent it back. Comes back gender marker M. Screws everything up.
First of all, I love how Tomi Lahren does not look like she even cares at all. Like, Tomi Lahren is just like, oh, is that supposed to be a big deal? Like, Tomi Lahren does not give a shit, right? And then I love how Caitlyn Jenner is going on another right-wing podcast complaining about the right-wing policies that they said that they were going to enact. You're willing to throw your whole entire community, you're willing to throw yourself under the bus, make life worse for yourself, because you are so privileged, you thought that you were above it all. You thought you were above it all. You're not. You're not. And how are you going to go on another right-wing podcast and complain about something that they've all been screaming that they've wanted to do from the rooftops for like years? For years. Wild that you're having like a surprise Pikachu moment right now. Wild.
So there's a form in there if they made a mistake.
No, they didn't make a mistake. No. It's the executive order. It's the executive order. It wasn't a mistake. It was the executive order. Are you paying attention? Are you paying attention to the world that you helped create? You helped create this. You helped this happen. You helped this come about. Just like all those other podcast bros or whatever the hell, you helped this come about. You sold yourself and your community, you sold your soul to this cruel regime, and look at where it has gotten you. It was not a mistake. They did it because it's an executive order, and it's cruel and it's unjustifiable. But that is what you were advocating for.
You can correct it. So I fill out all the proper forms. I'm not calling anybody. I'm not calling the president. I got his personal cell number. I'm not calling anybody. I'm just...
Yeah, even though it's his fault. I'm not calling him. I'm not, no, it was his fault. It's literally an executive order.
See if I can fix this myself. Because it's not just about me. It's about all people in this situation.
Is it? Because you didn't seem to give a damn about the rest of your community when you were sitting here excusing Trump. You didn't seem to give a damn when you want to sit here and do all these right-wing talk shows. You did not seem to give a damn until it started to affect you. The minute it affects you, it's now a problem. The minute it affects you, it's not a problem. Hunter Schafer was talking about this a year ago. Did you say anything? Now, because it's affecting specifically you, you have a problem. And now it's about everyone. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's about you, and it's about you not feeling like you should have to live under the same rules as everybody else, because you are so privileged. You are so incredibly privileged that you think that you're above all of it. No, you're not. You're not. And they're treating you how they said they were going to treat trans people in the community and the queer community. This is how they said they were going to treat everyone. This is what they're doing. And now, because it's affecting you, you want to speak out. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You got us here. You helped get us here. And now you don't even want to blame Trump either. That's the other thing. You don't even want to blame Trump. It was an executive order. Ridiculous, just ridiculous.
So I even sent a hard copy of my birth certificate, Caitlyn Jenner, gender, sex, female. I did everything. And they sent it back M. They didn't change it at all.
Yes, because that is the executive order, and you obviously aren't paying attention, or you didn't give a shit enough to pay attention when it first happened.
So now I'm in a position, Tommy, that what do I do?
Right. Shit,
This is
Tom
a
doesn't
safety
care.
factor, okay? I can't travel internationally anymore, okay? I can't use my passport. I can use global entry. It says F. I can do this. I can travel in the United States. License, driver's license, pilot's license, everything, gender marker F. So it really creates a big problem. And I'm
Yeah, no shit. No shit. Like, this is what's so frustrating about this, is she's complaining to people who don't care, who helped this come about. You helped this come about. You were excusing the transphobia because you didn't think it was going to affect you. And it's just like, it's maddening. It's maddening. I don't want this to be happening. I don't think it should be happening. I do think it's incredibly dangerous. I think it's incredibly cruel. And I don't like it. I don't like it. Because it is oppressing, it is controlling the movement of trans people. It's cruel. It is so incredibly cruel. But Caitlyn Jenner excused this because she didn't think it would affect her. She supported this man and now simultaneously does not want to blame him or hold him accountable, even though it was an executive order. I don't have a lot of sympathy for her in particular. I just don't.
trying to figure out at this point what to do. I don't blame President Trump. I love him.
It was an executive order. It was an executive order. I don't blame President Trump. It was an executive order. What do you mean you don't blame him? What do you mean you don't blame him? She's a piece of shit, man. Piece of shit.
But for a lot of people, this is a huge issue.
Yes. 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 So maybe you should have listened to everyone when we were saying, hey, he's transphobic. Don't you give a shit that the people you are excusing and the people you are elevating and the people you are advocating for are transphobic? And you excused them. That's what you did. That's going to live on your conscience. And I hope you have to live the rest of your life knowing that you sold your soul to this fascist regime. That's what I hope. I hope every day you wake up guilty as hell because you sold your soul and your community for this fascist regime, and you're not going to get anything from it. You're not getting anything from it. It just makes me so mad. It makes me so mad.
And so that's kind of where I'm at right now. I have not talked to the president. I was in Mar-a-Lago 2 months ago, wrote a letter explaining all of this to him, how it's affecting me and a lot of other people. And unfortunately, he wasn't there that weekend. Actually, the Secret Service guy said he could get it to him, put it on his desk and stuff. I haven't heard from him. He's kind of busy right now.
Yeah, no shit. It's not funny either. It's not funny. He started a war. He doesn't care about you. He's purposely going after trans people. He's purposely going after trans people to be cruel and to restrict their movement, right? And fascism will always come for you, okay? It's a death cold. It's gonna come for you. You can sit here and you can excuse it and you can say all you want and you can do your little laugh right here, right now. But let me tell you something. It will always come for you because sooner or later it comes for everybody because it is a death cult. And the fact that you think you are so special and you are so privileged because of the amount of money you have, because of the status that you and your family have, you think think that you are somehow not going to have to deal with the repercussions of this administration, but you are. You are. You are. And this is why you don't sit here and sell your soul to a fascist regime. Pissing me off. And then right here it says Caitlyn Jenner backed Trump, lobbied him directly, and supported the movement. Now she's complaining his passport policy is stopping her from traveling internationally and wants him to fix it. That's MAGA in a nutshell. Yeah, no, I mean essentially. Like, it's so frustrating, the fact that she's still excusing Donald Trump. She's still saying that, oh, it's not his fault. It was an executive order. It was an executive order. What do you mean it wasn't his fault? It was. No, it was. It was. It was. And you obviously haven't been paying attention until it directly impacted you. Because this happened like a year ago. You didn't care until now, until it affected you. When it affected other people, you didn't give a shit. Now that it's affecting you, oh my God, it's a problem. It's a problem now. It pisses me off. Also, this is the guy that she's not blaming. This is the guy that she's not blaming. So this is what Donald Trump said at his latest turning point, whatever, speech. And it says, President Donald J. Trump, we banned the transgender mutilation of our children, and we made it the official policy of the United States of America that there are only two genders, male and female, and that's why your passport is screwed up. That's why your passport is screwed up, Caitlyn. So you are not blaming him. You say you love him. You put no blame on him. You excuse his behavior. And this is what he's saying about trans people. This is his rhetoric. And this is what you supported.
We banned the transgender mutilation of our children. And we made it the official policy of the United States of America that there are only two genders, male and female.
What a piece of shit. What a piece of shit.
That was easy. Could you imagine if I was up here 20 years ago or 15 years ago, probably 12 years ago, and I said, there are only two genders, male and female. People would say, what the hell is he saying that for? Is he crazy? That's got to be the worst speech I've ever heard. Why is he saying that? Or why is he saying that we got men out of women's sports? Can you imagine saying that 15 years ago? 15 years ago, if you said, and we got men out of women's sports, the audience would say, what's wrong with that guy?
Yeah, no. They still should be saying what's wrong with this guy, because there's something deeply wrong with him. It's just, God, I can't get over how mad I am. Let's talk about some other things Donald Trump has done while she's not blaming him. So some other executive orders that Donald Trump has done that were executive orders, specifically targeting trans people. President Trump signed an executive order banning trans women and girls from participating in female sports in federally funded schools. And typically, there's only like one or two trans kids in a school. And so he is specifically targeting children. Schools that violate the order will be denied federal funds. He also barred transgender athletes from obtaining visas for the 2028 Olympics. At Stonewall, they took off the T. I've been to the Stonewall Memorial, and it was an incredible thing to view, and like I want to cry just talking about it, because all of the people who gave their lives and risked their lives to fight for our rights, to fight for queer people's rights, it was incredible to see. And when they took the T off, it was so disturbing and so disheartening, because trans people in particular, trans Black women in particular, are the reason that gay people and queer people have any rights at all in this country. And you have people like Caitlyn Jenner out here literally selling her soul to the same people that are going after her community, going after the queer community. I care a lot about this. I've talked about trans issues and queer issues before, and I obviously care a lot about it. I care a lot about it. And I just can't stand Caitlyn Jenner and the sheer cruelty that this administration has been causing at home and overseas is horrific. And to sit here and excuse that is disgusting and shameful. And Caitlyn Jenner should be ashamed and embarrassed. Well, that's the video today. Sorry it wasn't very fun. It was more upset and screaming and shouting because this really made me mad. But yeah, I hope you liked the video. Tell me what you think below. And yeah, I love you all very much. Let me know if there's anything else you would like me to cover. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Love you all. Bye.